Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning routine. I'm Freedom Convold, and it is Monday, July the 2nd, 2018, episode number 381, consecutive weekday mornings that we've joined together in community to start our weekdays off the right way. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're excited that it's Monday morning and there's things to be done this week and you're all rested up from your weekend or what have you. And I hope you had a great weekend. This weekend I got to do a couple of exciting things. One, I got to go to see a play that was put on all by adults with special needs. They have these like every 6 months, and I got to tell you, they're the most amazing plays ever because it's filled with personality and people who were being genuine to themselves. And the ad-libs and the stuff that's going on impromptu, it just is a massive crack up, and I love doing that. So I got to do that, and then I also got to go see our local baseball team play yesterday in a 96-degree sun. I went into this thing knowing it wasn't going to be pleasant, but went in with a great attitude, going, you know what, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have fun. Even though it's 96 degrees, I'm going to be sitting, baking in the sun like an egg on a sidewalk. I'm going with a great attitude. This is going to be great. That lasted till about the 5th or 6th inning when I'm sitting there and just dripping. And I didn't even move. And then my attitude was still okay, but I was out of there. So that was fun, though. I had a great time. It was fun to go to the baseball game. You know, I'm not a big baseball guy, but once you're there, you have a good time. But anyway, so I hope your weekend was good and filled with excellent stories and things that you got to experience. A little thought out of the hustle. No sound would be more annoying than a spider with flip-flops. It's true, right? It's the flip-flop thing. Nothing worse than the sound of flops just sticking to people's feet. And then 8 of them at one time? No thanks. But anyway, so thanks for being here this morning on the morning routine. I got some stories lined up for you. As you know, the stories I'm about to share can all be found at themorningroutine.live in their entirety, so you can read more dramatic details of the actual story that I share. So also you can always find the morning routine on Facebook, on YouTube, or any of the podcast platforms. And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining in when you do, and how you do. So with that said, let's jump right into some stories I've got lined up for us this morning. The first story, this has to do with the most iconic advertising campaign ever. Now, think about what you think that most iconic advertising campaign might be. In 1993, a focus group headed by John Steele, who was a partner at the San Francisco-based advertising firm Goodby, Silverstein and Partners, asked respondents not to consume milk for a week prior to participating in the study. The aim was to gather information about milk habits that would inform his pitch to a new client, the California Milk Processor Board. When the respondents showed up, they were a little anxious about being deprived of the household staple. One man relayed his experience of coming downstairs to the kitchen in the morning before work, pouring out his cereal, slicing bananas on top of it, and then remembering his promise to abstain. An ethical dilemma arose. Would he use milk and simply lie to the rest of the focus group? Or would he throw out the cereal? Worse yet, would he eat the cereal without milk? Steele had a hunch he was on to something seismic. That hunch led to one of the most iconic ad campaigns of all time. Yes, Got Milk, the most iconic advertising campaign of all time. It was a perfect encapsulation of the 90s. An indelible piece of advertising pop culture. Listen to these numbers, man. During the 2 decades that Got Milk dominated, more than 70 commercials ran on television, 350 milk mustache ads ran nationally in print and on TV. And listen to this number. Any given day, an estimated 80% of all U.S. consumers came in contact with that little question, got milk. That's how prevalent it was. 80% of Americans in any given day saw that somewhere. That's amazing. Wow. 25 years later, the success of Got Milk remains unmatched in the ad world. So there's a lot of details in this article. If you're interested in that, go check it out, morningroutine.live. A lot more details like pictures and there's videos. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So they did a really good job talking about that. But very, very cool. I remember that, man. Like, you used to walk around, got milk. It was like all over the place. So, but anyways, on we go to the next story. The next story that I have for you today, it comes out of the Produce News. The Produce News is a newspaper for the produce trade. Wegmans Food Markets edges out Publix supermarkets as the favorite grocery chain among consumers, according to a survey of 13,000 people from the ages of 18 to 65. Wegmans is number one most liked grocery store out of all grocery store chains. This is the third consecutive year at number one. Wow. Publix is number two. Trader Joe's, Aldi, and H-E-B round out the top five, which I just commented the other day that the Aldi near us, the parking lot is packed all the time. It's filled, and they do a great job with their pricing on produce. They carry a lot of organic stuff. They've been pushing to more and more of that stuff. And if you eat organic, or if you'd eat organic in place of conventional, if it was the same price, Aldi's is one of those places to go for that. So those are the top five grocery stores according to Consumers Review. Safeway and Walmart ranked the worst, at the bottom of the list. Yes, these they ranked these. The attributes that they asked in this poll were store cleanliness, item availability, convenient location, good sales, and promotions and value for the money. Those are the things that people had to rank the grocery stores on, and that's how they came up with that list. So interesting to know that. We got a Wegmans right here in town, we got an Aldi's right here in town, and a Walmart right here in town. And now you know which ones people like and which ones don't. So the last story that I have for you comes out of theatlantic.com. This is a great article. I very much recommend everybody to go to the morningroutine.live for today's episode and read this article, okay? It's the title of the article is called "The Dangers of Distracted Parenting." I mean, distracted parent. Look at this picture. Guy's got his daughter hanging from the monkey bars and he's on his phone, right? This article has a lot of good stuff. You want to read it. I'm just going to grab a couple sentences out of here. Our society may be reaching peak criticism of digital devices, but emerging research suggests that a key problem remains underappreciated. It involves kids' development, but it's probably not what you think. We like to say that kids aren't developing because the phone's and them using it. Listen to this more, though. More than screen-obsessed young children, we should be concerned about tuned-out parents. I've been saying this forever. Seriously. This is a big thing for me. I've been saying this for a long time, and I hope somebody reads this article and it makes a change in their life. Most parents don't even realize what they're doing and how much time they spend on their phone. They don't even realize it. I've told everybody before, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how to do it on a Droid device, but on an iPhone, you can go into your settings and look at the battery, and it will tell you how much time you spent on all the different apps. And if you add that time up, you can see how much during the day you were distracted by looking at your phone when maybe one of your kids was trying to communicate with you or something. Listen to this. Parents now have more FaceTime with their children than did almost any parents in history. Despite a dramatic increase in the percentage of women in the workforce, mothers today astoundingly spend more time caring for their children than mothers did in the 1960s. But the engagement, keyword, the engagement between parent and child is increasingly low quality. Parents are constantly present in their children's lives physically, but they are less emotionally attuned. Yes, this is true. Little attention is paid to screen use by parents themselves, who now suffer from continuous partial attention. Yes, they could be in the middle of a conversation with their kids, their phone dings, and right when they're talking with their child face to face, they pull out their phone and they look at it because they are distracted. they are partially attentive. Wow. The vocal patterns parents everywhere tend to adopt during exchanges with infants and toddlers are marked by higher pitched tone, simplified grammar, engaged in exaggerated enthusiasm. You know what that sounds like. Oh, look at the cute. You know, right? Babies can't get enough of it. Infants exposed knew twice as many words at age 2. The problem arises when the emotionally resonant adult and child cueing system, that little thing, are so essential to early learning is interrupted by a text or a quick check-in on Instagram or whatever it might be. Nothing says you're not the most important person to me by breaking off a conversation to check an electronic device. And I'm telling you, I hope that somebody hears us where they're having a challenge with that and maybe they're more aware of this. Read this article. Send this article to your friends. If you go to morningroutine.live, you can get it. You can send it, whatever. I'm telling you, this is something that all of us need to get better at. I've had my moments too. I'm not exempt from this for sure. But man, do I see this so often. And we have to get better at this. We must, if we care about our students who are feeling more lonely. We just covered this article last week, guys. 30% of teenagers feel more lonely than they ever have before. If we can change our cell phone use as adults to make us more attuned, maybe that could be part of the solution. Great article. Have to check it out. Very important, guys. Now, on we go. Let's move forward to some Google Trends, the top 10 most searched things yesterday on Google. Number 1, Spain versus Russia. Still on the soccer thing. It's still going on. Number 2, Croatia versus Denmark. Number 3, Andre Manuel Lopez Obrador. Wow, that's a long name. I feel bad for him when he had to fill out his paperwork for schoolwork. Man, I don't even know who that is. Number 4, Javal McGee, basketball player. Number 5, Drake's son's name. Everybody wants to know what Drake's son's name is, I guess. Number 6, Mexico elections. Number 7, DeMarcus Cousins, basketball player. Number 8, Kaylee Cuoco. I don't know how to say that last name, and I don't know who Kaylee Cuoco is. Number 9, John Tavares. He's a hockey player. Number 10, Canada Day. Look at that. Canada has a day. Good for them. That's nice. So, anyways, that's the top 10 most searched things on Google as of yesterday. Let's move forward, guys. Slow it down just a notch. Get ourselves a passage of wisdom. Today's passage of wisdom I chose to have on a Monday. I thought it would be fitting when, we got done having a weekend maybe where we spent time with family and we did things together, or maybe we built some memories and things like that. And then now Monday morning we get retuned on going back to work and succeeding and driving forward and success and gaining and whatever it is that we're chasing after. And this is a great passage just to remind us and check us on what is it that we're chasing. I know I'm going to read this, and most of us will say, no, we're fine. Like, we got that one covered. I would say, though, once we cover this, take a moment and just double check. Double check if there's anything in your life anywhere where you're chasing after something that fits in this. So today's passage is out of Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. So the question is, when we go off to work today on Monday, for many of us, we're going off to work because we want to make a living and it's a peaceful thing. For many of us, we feel a stress and a strain because either us or our husband or our wife, whoever we are, maybe there is something that they are coveting. They want to measure up to a neighbor or an online influencer that they don't even know. It's not even their neighbor. They never met him, but they gotta have that purse that they have. They have to have that car. They have to live in that. If they don't live in the house that they have, then they're totally dissatisfied. Check yourself on this one, because it would be a life filled with angst, unnecessary, if you're constantly coveting what somebody else has, and your existence and living and work are all focused on trying to gain it because somebody else has it and you're trying to measure. So check ourselves today. I'm going to spend some time kind of thinking about this as I go through my day and see if there's anything that maybe I'm failing on, because sometimes it's in there and you just don't know unless you spend some time checking it out. But anyways, guys, let's pray. Let's get this day started. Father, good morning. Father, we thank you for this fabulous Monday morning. Father, we thank you for the heat that you're bringing across the country. After the rain that you brought, helping the crops grow, and you're going to be more rain this week that's going to help the crops grow even better after this heat to keep us well fed. It's amazing the way that you have created the earth in such great balance between heat and moisture and sun and night, and it's amazing. We are in awe of the magnificence and brilliance of your creation. Father, today I pray for the parents out there, after we covered an article today about parents being distracted more than ever, having more time face-to-face with their students than ever before, but yet more distracted than ever before. Father, today, help us parents notice what we're doing. Make us more aware today than we've ever been, and then give us the strength to change. We get into patterns, and even when we notice a pattern, whatever it is, it's so hard to change a pattern that we've created. Today, make something happen, a conversation or something that helps us break that rhythm and make us more attuned to the children that we love so much. Father, we thank you for writers and people with insight who can put these things in front of us and help guide us along the way. Protect us today as we go out and work and try to produce. Give us opportunities to make a difference in somebody's life today. We love you and we thank you. Amen. And that, my friends, is a magnificent wrap to the morning routine. Thanks for being here this morning. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to go back and read that article. Share that article about distracted parenting and the impact it's having. It's at themorningroutine.live. You can go right to it and you can send it out to somebody or whatever it is. And, you got to be careful how you send it because somebody will get insulted, thinking, hey, what are you saying about me? But do it with kindness, and maybe it'll help make an impact. So anyways, have a great day today. And don't forget that this day, this Monday, this first Monday of July 2018 is an excellent opportunity for you and I to live out the life that we are meant to live. Be exactly who you are meant to be and make a difference. I love you guys. Have a great day.